Hey, what's up, YouTube family? What's going on? How you doing? It's your boy, your favorite black guy from Nebraska. Yes, there is indeed black people here in the state of Nebraska, aka quote unquote the good life. So, I'm come to finish up the last part of the book that we were reading from yesterday's content. Today, we're going to talk about the 500 nations. Okay, once again, I'm gonna continue to read the name of the book before I start reading. When the World Was Black: The Untold History of the World's First Civilizations. Part 1, Prehistoric Culture, Supreme Understanding. And in this video, this content, we're going to get a supreme understanding in regards to the nations that are indigenous to the Americas, specifically North America. Okay, well, let me not waste any more of your time. Let me go ahead and get started. If you haven't had a chance to check out the documentary and book, 500 Nations, it's definitely worth a look. And its title is no exaggeration. Within the geographic boundaries of the United States alone, there are more than 566 indigenous nations, speaking over 250 languages. How many of you knew that? I didn't. Honestly, I didn't. I did not know that there were multiple languages within this on this continent. Well, within the United States, just the United States, not even Central or South America, just the United States. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue reading. When you factor in Central and South America, you've got at least 1,000 ethnic groups to consider. Amazing. They don't teach you that in history class. Many of these people are descendants of small clans that came into the Americas, had several thousand years to split up, go their separate ways, and become distinct nations on their own. We can use genetics, linguistics, and anthropology to establish who may be related and who came from who. As you look, however, the traces of the early black presence may be difficult to find. Obviously, most of the indigenous people of the Americas don't look black today. You'll have to realize, of course, that there's been over 70,000 years of genetic drift and mutation since our brothers in the Americas left Africa. And now this is what that book says. I don't believe that. But that's what this book says, and we're going to let that slide. But in my opinion, I don't believe everything came out of Africa. I believe that America is the old world and that everyone came out of America to settle other places. But I'm not going to die on the hill right now. We're going to continue to read. You can't expect them to look straight up African or speak African language, but you might be surprised how much is preserved. You can still find Australoid features among many Native American faces, such as those of the Parakeet, we talked about them, and the Fuegians of South America. The further you go back into the photographic record, you will also see that the original Indians were much darker than they are now. Their hair was also much coarser. If you don't understand what coarser means or coarse means, you should look it up. But you'll get an understanding of it when I read this next sentence. Many even wore locks. In fact, you can see that hundreds of Native American cultural traditions are near duplicates of those found in Africa. Okay? We'll get into that common culture in volume 3 of this book. After you've considered 70,000 years of regionalized evolution and genetic drift, you then have to remember the history of how European conquest works. They literally rape women everywhere they go. I'm not saying that to be extreme. That is what the historical record tells us. Any contacted tribe of indigenous people anywhere in the world has experienced some degree of miscegenation. I'm sorry if I'm spelling that wrong, but it's miscegenation. nation. Somebody look that up for me. Tell me what it means in the comments. Appreciate it. Thanks. Thanks to the lust of European males. If they weren't simply taking women outright, they would marry as many as they could afford to, all the while writing back to Europe with reports on how they despise these arrogant, savage people. And that's what they call them, savage people, to take the humanity away from them so that they won't seem so, won't seem so horrible that they would treat them horribly and would conquer them and they would overrule them, right? The history has quite a lot to do with gradual lightening of the Native American complexion over the past 500 years of European domination. Not to mention that the past century has seen the growing popularity of indigenous lifestyles. This has inspired thousands of whites to claim Native American ancestry, some simply for bragging rights, some to escape whiteness, others for more insidious reasons. So the face of the Americas, again, has changed considerably within recent years. But there's yet another element that contributed to the transition from an Australoid foundation to today's 500 nations. Another wave of ancient migrations. So the next part of this we're going to talk about the migrations. How many migrations were there to the Americas and who migrated? Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. All right, it's your favorite black guy from Nebraska. Please like, share, subscribe, man. Please. If you enjoy this content, man, just like it. You know what I mean? Put a comment, man. You know, say something. You know, if you don't, even if you don't like it, man. If you don't, you got some criticisms, man, post it under the comment section. I don't take myself too serious to where I feel like I'm above criticism, because I'm not. Okay, I'm no professional here. I just love sharing information, and I hope you enjoyed today's information. So God bless you. I hope you guys have a great evening. See you on the next one. Peace.